What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Why You Should Love with me, TheLonesomeRavidor. And today, we're doing a Why You Should Love on Peggle. Now, I have to admit, guys, Why You Should Love is kind of slowly driving me to the edge due to the fact that I'm actually starting to run out of games. And obviously, I do enjoy having actually been able to own the games before I'm actually able to share with you guys why you should love them, because if not, then I feel like I've kind of left out a good part of it, because then I'm not actually owning the game, which I'm telling you guys why you should like. Anyway, I do apologize for my hair, it's sort of been a wild day, but anyway, let's get through why you should love on Peggle and Peggle Nights. Number one, Peggle is probably one of the most addictive, probably one of the most loved arcade games of all time, especially on the 360 and the new Peggle 2 on the Xbox One, and obviously Peggle Deluxe and Nights is also on Steam as well. And it's a fantastic game. It's quite a cool little nifty arcade game, and it's easily one of the most addictive and probably one of the games which has wasted a lot of people's time in their life just playing, just clicking around with the ball in the game. It's fantastic. But yeah, let's move on to my second point. So Peggle was created by the folks down at PopCap, who are also well known for their creation of Plants vs Zombies, and what else are they well known for? Something else as well. I forgot another little small kind of game, and they're well known for them kind of games, small little arcadey kind of games, which are like easy and like very repetitive to play. And obviously the PopCap kind of nature for making games very repetitive moves on to this game as well, with this game kind of creating that very feel of repetition, because you enjoy doing the same things over and over again through, you know, shooting the balls at the pins, and kind of like the repetition's kind of very something that you enjoy just through the simplicity of the entire game, and it's fun to play with friends as well. So it's like a general kind of fun game to play, I suppose. Anyway, let's move on to my third point. The game itself has like a small essence of charm behind it. PopCap are well renowned for making their little subtle jokes and sarcasms throughout their games, especially within the Plants vs Zombies series, in which they show through the crazy guy, who's quite a cool character, like as he probably was the only character in most PopCap games which is actually developed altogether. And it's quite cool together, like what they, so how they create charm behind characters with no sort of speech whatsoever. I mean, with the guy from Plants vs Zombies sort of murmuring all the time, the characters from Peggle just simply not even speaking at all, just text coming up. And you kind of feel like a bit of charm come behind the game altogether just because of the fact of its simplicity. But it's in game form, and you're like, how is this possible? But it's still quite a cool game nonetheless. Anyway, let's move on to my fourth point. Pretty much whenever you buy the game, as in when you find the game on Steam, Xbox 360, Xbox One, you're always going to find it for pretty cheap. I can't imagine there's actually many places in which they'll sell it for an expensive price at all. So it's definitely at least a game, like both Peggle Nights and Peggle Deluxe, both of them together, if you were to add the numbers of hours together, I imagine you probably get at least 12 hours of fun out of that. So it's like something which you can sort of consider buying for not that big of a price, and it's definitely like a time waster in a sense. It's a good thing to play at the office or while you're just simply editing videos like I normally do. And yeah, it's quite a cool little video game altogether, and it's like a nifty kind of small arcade game, which is easy to play and stuff like that. Anyway, let's move on to my fifth point. Peggle itself actually has probably one of the coolest multiplayers I've ever actually seen now, and as you guys know throughout my Why You Should Love, I do involve in multiplayers for some of my most games, and especially when it comes down to certain games which don't always focus on multiplayer. So when it comes down to Peggle actually does have quite a fun multiplayer. Obviously, you face off against your friends and seeing who can get the best points and so on and so forth. And it includes some rules within the multiplayer which aren't actually included in the single player, to kind of tensen up the games, I suppose, make it a bit more strategic or harder. So, you know, it's a cool game nonetheless. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise for the very quick Why You Should Love. I'm actually super busy these days. Exams coming up. I'm trapping around, had 1,000,001 things going on recently. Trying to get my head around things. And yeah, so it's all fun. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've been awesome. I've done once again, you guys, and beautiful as ever, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. Watch out!